Since I'm making Coraline cookies and love true crime, I thought I would share a famous missing children story with you. This is the story of Eitan Paetz. You may have heard his name because his disappearance helped launch the missing children movement, and his picture was one of the first to appear on a milk carton. In 1979, when Eitan Paetz was 6 years old, he walked himself to his bus stop for the first time in Manhattan and was never seen again. When he didn't return home after school, his mother Julie called the police, and an intense search began that evening. Neighbors and police put up photos of Eitan, but it resulted in few leads. His father Stanley was a professional photographer, so his photographs of his son ended up on the milk cartons, and they were also projected on screens in Times Square. There was one prime suspect of the name Jose Ramos, which actually knew the family. He was a convicted child abuser who had been a friend of Eitan's former babysitters. When he was questioned, Ramos stated that on the day when Eitan disappeared, he had taken a boy back to his apartment to do things to him. He said he was 90% sure it was the boy who he had seen on the television. Ramos even drew a map of Eitan's school bus route, indicating that he knew that Eitan's bus stop was the third one on the route. Even with the questioning and the information he had, they were not able to prosecute him. Eitan's body was never found, and he was declared legally dead in 2001. In 2004, Eitan's parents pursued and won a civil case against Ramos. They were awarded $2 million, but they never collected it. Ramos was never criminally prosecuted for the murder of Eitan and denies that he murdered him. This case went cold in the 1980s and was reopened in 2010. In 2012, New York Police Commissioner Raymond Kelly announced that a man had confessed to the murder of Eitan. 51-year-old Pedro Hernandez had confessed to strangling the child. At the time of Eitan's disappearance, Hernandez was an 18-year-old convenience store worker in a neighborhood bodega. He said that he threw Eitan's remains into the garbage, so he had kidnapped and murdered Eitan the same day that he disappeared. Hernandez was charged with second-degree murder, and in 2017 was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. After 38 years, the Paetz finally got their answers and their justice. And that's the story of Eitan Paetz. May 25th is now National Missing Children's Day, which is the anniversary of Eitan's disappearance.